Good morning. I got essential oils in my eye yesterday at work, and it's super aggravated, so please excuse the Quasimodo eye. Okay. September 4th. It is by tiny steps that we ascend to the stars. Jack Leadstrom. 2 years after a painful divorce, Jan decided it was time to pick up the pieces of her life. The first thing she did to renew her self-esteem was to start a modest savings program. Since childhood, Jan had an ongoing problem with financial irresponsibility. Not that she didn't work hard and make a fair wage, but for some reason, probably buried deep in family of origin issues, she could not and would not save a nickel. Because she literally couldn't save a nickel, she started saving pennies. In an old peanut butter jar on a closet shelf, her program started. Over weeks, pennies led to nickels, nickels to dollars, and dollars to a brand new habit of fiscal stability. Easy to look at a pathetic little jar and say, big deal, pennies. Yet it was a big deal because it was the first step, and any first step, no matter how small, is a legitimate cause for celebration. It is not the size of the step that counts, but the fact that I take it. It is not the size of the step that counts, but the fact that I take it. So all of my little small steps on my path to emotional recovery from trauma and improving my self-esteem have begun to add up, and I recently applied for a secured credit card, so I'm going to begin building my credit. And then as the idea of actual home ownership started to formulate in my mind, my wheels began to turn on the cost of buying a house that already exists in town, which I don't even want because they're all massive, and I don't want 4 or 5 bedrooms in a house. I don't even need that. That's ridiculous. In a yard that's like a quarter acre. That's dumb. I don't want that. I want a lot of yard and a small house. And so I finally realized that on my own, in the next few years, for the cost of one of these big-ass houses that I was actually considering taking out a loan for, I can instead improve my credit and get loan to buy acreage, not a lot, anywhere from 5 to 10 acres, in a small house, and I can build my ideal home and yard. And which has always been a dream of mine. And the awareness that this is a possibility only came to me 2 days ago, recently. Even though it'll be a little bit more complicated, but the price tag doesn't change. So here I am improving my finances, improving my credit score, trying to get my life together, and it wasn't until all these things started to add up and I started to get on track that I realized, I don't have to settle or sacrifice, which I've talked about so many times. I don't have to settle and I don't have to sacrifice my dreams for any reason whatsoever, at all. It is not the size of the step that counts, but the fact that I take it. So taking all these tiny steps over the course of a year and 9 months since I kicked my ex out last year, all these little steps towards self-sufficiency and self-awareness and improve my self-esteem and increasing my sense of value in myself and my self-worth have started to add up. They've added up. And here I am. And I'm back in a place where my hopes and dreams are all completely plausible, doable, and can be done within a reasonable time frame. It's just going to take me time to pay off my car and improve my credit score. That's it. Which is it's in process. It's just that's time. It's just going to take time. Which I got plenty of. And in the meantime, I'm going to be taking more and more small steps so that when the time comes that I can actually make the dive and buy the land and do the stuff, I won't need as much help from other people. I won't need to just trust somebody to know what they're doing and tell me what to do. I will know what to do. I'm really smart. I can figure this shit out myself. It's super exciting. It is not the size of the step that counts, but the fact that I take it, and I took my steps. And I'm going to keep taking steps, little baby steps. Little baby steps in the direction of getting dressed and getting my little baby out of bed so I can go to work, where I'm going to do my work for the first half of the morning and then leave early because this shit is driving me crazy and it hurts. And I just need to take my contact back out when I get home and take a nap. I'm going to time it all perfectly so we get back home in time for nap time. Okay. All right. I love you. Have a good morning.